and gentlemen. Hello, hello. Welcome to the show. And it's Stygian Onslaught Day. It's currently the 4th of March 2026. And how you doing? Hope you're doing fine. Hope you're doing great as per usual. Nothing new over here. We got a new Stygian just popped up in the events tab. We got some surprises for it, and most importantly, today we're gonna prove that you do not need Barca at all. Zero. You're just watch, check this shit. Let's get into it in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Here we are, here we go. Just a heads up, haven't done anything yet. I've seen the bosses, I did see them some time ago, but we have them here. I've read everything, even though you have additional an ammo damage, this Mandragora is basically the only thing that's gonna be a chore. And it's not gonna be, because if you have Mabuika, you don't need Barca, and we're gonna prove it today. I have some doubts about the teams. I don't know if I should bring either Shilonen or Citlali. I'll go with Shilonen, but besides that, this is the Knuckle Duck. Not much to say here. I've got C1 Flint. I won the 50-50 in this banner. I did not pull for Varga, obviously. I pulled for Flint. And now with C1, this goon's gonna go down even faster. Like, bruh, it's not gonna be even close. And the third one is the boss. This has the previous mechanics kind of changed a bit. I'll have to be slightly more careful, and he will get an seeker beam mode when you have night soul state on one of your characters. So I don't know if I should bring Citlali. Maybe bringing Shenhe is gonna be optimal. But if you bring Citlali, the resistance of the enemy will be shredded considerably. So I don't know. We'll mix and get and match, and we'll see how we go. The only one is gonna be a chore. Gonna be this one. As per usual, now we're gonna build the teams. But remember that I will show you the dire clears afterwards. We're gonna do the first one, fearless difficulty now, and then I'm gonna do dire. But I'm gonna do dire, and I'm out of camera. I'm gonna clip the last 30 seconds, which is what I can clip, without the computer choking, and I'm gonna mix and match all the three with what I'm recording here, and I'm gonna full send it to you. So you're gonna have a full fearless clear and the last 30 seconds of every single dire clear, assuming that I can. But I have a suspicion that I'll be able to do everything. So for the teams, let's head down here. 1, 2. The real MVP of the Mandragora is Venti, and most likely I'm gonna run with Shilonen. I'm gonna get Shilonen because maybe I want to run Citlali instead for the melt reaction, the additional damage and whatnot. But I'll have to check. I'll see. By the way, Venti, because you're gonna be the stupid idiot. And you're not gonna have the correct weapon, as anticipated. Yeah, this is just my personal TOC, ignore this. Let's keep going. Flints. And yeah, because you only need Columbina for one team, so you can go balls to the wall and make the bomb team of Flints. And this is gonna be quite naughty. Inefa, and Columbina, thank you very much. And lastly, Skirk. Noticeable shielding of the next banners. As I said, I'm gonna go with Shanha. But if you bring Sidlari, as soon as you trigger her Night Soul state, the elemental resistance of the boss will be shredded, which is interesting, to say the least. No, get out. And there we go. So these are the teams, and we'll give it a try. We'll give it a slight cooking in the pan, and we'll see what we come with, what we get out of it. Hey, 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 hey. Careful now. Okay. 400k is not much, so yeah. This is kind of off, not gonna lie. Why? There's one missing. Come on, just die, little one. The one that did not get absorbed in the burst just screwed everything up. Yeah, this is gonna be kinda weird. A goal. Okay. At least we got that out of the way. For Dire, this is gonna be a thing. 100% in Dire, this is gonna be a thing. 1000%. Oh, oh. Well, at least double crits and EM double crits. The double defense blows a lot, but what you got? Now for the easy part. By the way, here I'm gonna most likely swap Durin for, I don't know, Sidlali, something like that. Maybe I can bring Mawika, Sidlali, Venti, Bennett, and then we're gonna be really cooking. The thing is, for what I noticed, that what deals the most damage to the boss is actually killing the mini ones. So there's something off here. Maybe they want to ultra shield Barca because you need to apply a lot of pyro. So pyro plus anemo generates a lot of units, but if you want the primo gems and the dust, Mabuika, as you've seen, more than enough. Most likely we can optimize this, so I wouldn't worry too much if I were you. Let's kill the duck, and then we'll move on to the scared boss, and then afterwards Dire. So for the time being, please, thank you. Okay, the duckies are done. Let's refresh. Did the second hit miss? Something was off there. He dodged the second one. And yeah, we're done. This one will get done in dire. See, the timing difference is gigantic. So with a proper setup and whatnot, I'm most likely sure, well, I'm mostly sure, excuse me, that we'll do this in dire. The Mandragora, we'll see about that. Because the Mandragora is gonna be a chore, but whatever. Next and last out of 3 for Fearless. And give it a go. Next rotation, I'm gonna go full burst. Okay. And 4 dash. Charge. And we do. If she wants to swap. There we go. If it's gonna be under 6, yeah. So in dire we're gonna do this as well. The issue here is gonna 100% be the stupid Mandragora. So for the time being, let me get everything. Let me reroll Zibay's Goblet because it's something that I've been looking forward a lot. We'll see how it goes. I hope a lot for a lot of crit damage rolls, but we'll see. And as soon as I get the Mandragora figured out, I'm going for dire, 100%. Because the 2 second and third bosses are gonna be easy to dire, but the Mandragora I have to get used to it. This is kind of normal. The crab on the last Stygian was also an enemy that took some adapting to do. So let's just get down to business. Thank you very much. What am I missing? R3, R5, R4. Let me get the last date and we're done here. So, as you saw, if you're just worried about the Dust of Enlightenment and the Primogems for Stygian, you don't need this buddy. You don't. You just don't. We'll see, but honestly I highly doubt that if he's performing less... How to say this? I doubt that if he's performing as good as Mavuika, I highly doubt that he's gonna be able to clear dire unless you have like C2 plus the weapon or some insane stuff like that. So let me do this because I want to do this right now. See this trash? We're rerolling this immediately. See, because it's the only defense with double crits that I have. So let's make this crit rate, crit damage. You don't need to roll anywhere else. So just give me some crit rate. With 1 crit rate roll I'm fine. And with 4 crit and 3 crit damages, this goes to the moon. Come on. I'm gonna take this one, not happy about it, but I have somewhat of a solution overall. So, see, this one has 6.6 and 23, and this has 10 and 19. So I'm gonna just swap it up, and we should be at 315. I got some nice additional crit damage, so, and you have to add 40 here, so we are basically at 88 crit rate, which is totally fine. Annoying because I marked crit rate and damage, and it went to attack and energy recharge. The attack is extremely useless. So this this attack roll could have been crit rate, and this could have been even better. But I guess we'll have to try 2 more dusts down the line when they get here. Because right now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm totally alone. So yeah. So, guys, gonna go for the dial rounds. When I get them, I'll mix and match everything and send it to you. If I don't manage, what I'm pretty sure I'll manage are gonna be the last 2 bosses. So I'll send that your way as well. But time to take a break here, pack it up, and I'll see you after the dire clears. Okay, fellas? See you in a bit. One down. Oh, okay. Go. 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 Don't. Come on. And come on. Yes! Fucking finally. Yes. 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 Screw this freaking plan. Oh my god. This freaking plan. Fuck it. Oh shit. Oh god. I got even enough resin to get another artifact. What the hell? Nah, never mind that. Oh my god. This plan was annoying as all shit. Let's go through the teams and whatnot. But holy god. The dark also was way closer than I expected it to. But the robot, the third one, I managed like really quick. Was not an issue. The dark, I had to try a little bit here and there. Let's go over what we've seen this already. But let's go through the teams real quick. Nosy by here. Let's go. First of all, we'll go with the Mandragora. So I have to show you Mavuika, Venti, and who else? Sidlali. Yeah. Mavuika. There you are. She's working like this. For the weapon is hers, R1. For Obsidian Codex, C2. I've seen clears with Mavuika C1. Good luck with that. This stupid plan was one of the most annoying bosses we've ever did here in Dire. 6 and 10, and that's that. Next, I used Sidlali. Sidlali, I managed thanks to the weapon. with the weapon here is better than Thrilling Tales. That's all I'm gonna say about that. For Hero, Cinder City, C0, and 210-9. What else? Venti. Where are you, sir? Here you are. Working like this, you care about the ER basically. Weapon, Favonius, because I use Bennett. I've seen people use Yansan with Favonius Lance. With Venti, here I'd rather use him with Favonius because you'll have the burst and his energy generation will help get you Sidlali's burst, which you also need to ensure you apply Cryo for the Mandragora. When the thing about the stupid plan is that the first rotation that you do, you will deal no damage, like 0 freaking damage to it. It's once you've beaten the mini seeds, that then you have full damage, and you have to apply Pyro as much as possible, so his state where he's not in seeds form, in the split state, is the less as possible, while you deal him a lot of damage with Mawika, as you've seen in the Dire Clear. But bruh, this boss was so annoying, and the last unit was Bennett. Bennett with Skyward Blade. If you have Aquila, give him Aquila. This is the stats, you don't kinda care. For Noblesse, C5. And you can trigger C6. If you have him C6, Mawika's normal attacks will deal pyro damage while she loads her ultimate. So it's not a bad, it's not a breaker if you have C6 active. It's even better if we're being honest. Still, I don't want to activate this until we get to Snezhnaya and guarantee myself that nothing gets wrecked by Bennett C6. Because if Eula gets wrecked by Bennett C6, screw her, because no one cares about Eula. Eula was a character on the Imaginarium Theater, and I managed to use her on the first 2 floors and get her out of there and whatever. So that's team 1. Team 2 was Flint's team, so let's get all of these out. Electro, Hydro, Anemo, and that's gonna be that. Flint's. Yeah, he gets 30 additional, so he's around 90 crit rate, 240, and the ER is low, but I have his weapon, so that's one thing. Artifacts is 4 Sky. I'm not gonna bother going through, you have your own. And this is the big one. The C1 gives you energy every 5.5 seconds. That's why I can run him with low ER. If you want more ER, or if I needed more ER, I could swap this Sans piece for this Sans piece that has a ton more of energy recharge. But I managed to triple burst, because C1 allows you to triple burst every single time. So you do the rotation properly, and from then you go. With Flints, I used Sucrose. Sucrose, there you are. Working like this. The weapon is Thrilling Tales for jumping into Flint, and Flint having more damage. All EM, as you see, this much EM. If I went with, I don't know, with Nahida's weapon, I would have had more EM, but you want the Thrilling Tales because Flint scales slightly harder on attack than on EM. Also, C6 and everything done. The Hexerite doesn't count here because you're not running 2 Mondstadt units, so it is how it is. Next, Inefa, where are you? There you are. She's working like this. Try to give her as much ER as possible because the burst does increase your team's elemental mastery, meaning more lunar damage the more EM you got, and the weapon is hers, especially for the 40% Luna reactions. For Moon, Silken Moon, could have I run the other set, the Obeyed set? Yes, but Columbina has it. So, you know, either one is fine. The problem here is that you would have to run Sucrose on Silken Moon if you wanted to run double Obeyed, and then you have no Verdescent Barrier. So it's one of these situations that who deals more damage off field? Inefa, if you have Columbina and Inefa, give Columbina Silken Moon and give Inefa the Obeyed set. Now I finally have one of each set, but you know, as long as you have both running around, you should be decent. And the last one was Columbina, as long as, yeah, there she is. Thing is that for Columbina, I had to swap to Favonius Codex. There was, because else you did not have the burst on cooldown. It also helped for Inefa's burst, it also helped for Sucrose, the energy generation for Flint is also really appreciated. That's why you can run him on more crit damage instead of energy recharge. Artifacts, as I told you, it's the Obeyed. You can exchange this one for Inefa, as I just told you. C0, and the weapon, Favonius. Normally, you run either this one or hers, or you can run her with Thrilling Tales or with Prototype Amber. There's a lot of possibilities, but for the Stygian, the energy recharge, and especially the energy recharge for everyone, quite good. So with this team done and out of the way, the last one was a Skirk team. This was a cakewalk, not gonna sugarcoat it. Skirk, mine Skirk works like this. The weapon is hers. Artifacts for Requiem, C2, because that's how it is. And to 1010, then move up to. I used Shenhe. I used Shenhe not only because I needed Sid Lally for the first floor, for the first boss, but the boss gets an auto-seeking attack if you use a Nadlan Night Soul reaction. So Shenhe over Sid Lally for this particular instance. And this one was a cakewalk, not gonna lie. Weapon is hers, to attack. She works with 3k attack, something nice like that. 3k, almost 4k, 3980. C2, this is kinda relevant, crit damage. But this one was the one that I had the more time to spare. Like, I did it in 110 seconds. The Dag was 119 and the Mandragora was 110 plus. It was kinda close, but got it done, managed it, and that's that. Escoffier, as much energy recharge as you can, basically. Weapons, if you have hers, give her hers, of course. If you don't have either Skirk's weapon or Escoffier's weapon, I highly suggest pulling on the next weapon banner, because both her weapons are really good. For the time being, I'm using our R5 Skyward Spine, a lot of crit rate, a lot of energy recharge. That's the best, not best in the lot, basically. For I'll say tomorrow. For company, Golden Troop, excuse me. 2, 10, 9, and C0. And lastly, Furina. Where are you? Here you are. About Furina, the only thing that I did is give her Favonius sword. I should have swapped the Golden Troop set for the Tenacity of the Millilith set, This way Skirk deals even more damage. And basically that's that. And even so, I managed to clear this one the fastest of them all. With Tenacity, it would have been even less time to clear that boss. C2, and with Escoffier's burst, it insta triggers, so it's good, all good in the hood. And to 10-10. That's basically it. What a chore of a Dire. Holy. The Mandragora was the most annoying shit that I've got in a while. The last time that I got screwed by any boss but was because I did not have Yansan C6 and the Graviton boss from a couple of abysses ago, from a couple of stations ago, was basically a chore. An annoying mofo. That's how it was. What I want to know though is that at Fearless, I've gotten all the way down to 77 seconds. That was quite an improvement. And yeah, this one I clapped it. And the duck in Dire was slightly harder than I anticipated. I had to reset like 4 or 5 times. But the Mandragora was so annoying. So annoying. That was one of the most annoying mofos that I've seen in a while. But here you have it. That's the 4th Dire in a row that I clear, which is nice, always nice. My Wicca just broke the damage. Nah, it actually didn't. She's got hires. Flint actually though, Flint did break his own damage cap at 662k, and Skirk was just in her element. But the duck has 40 million, yeah, 40 million HP, and the Mandragora has, see, here it's over 30 million HP. So who knows? But gosh, the duck was more annoying than I expected it to. But guys, that's gonna be it for me. Bruh. Indeed, one more for the history books, and I'm hungry, so it's time to go have some lunch. Guys, thanks for watching. Thank you for being here. Nice to buy. Gets a slightly improved goblet, not the best in the world, but better nonetheless. And 400 Primogems, 450. Now in 13 days you have Escoffier and Skirk. Good luck with your pulls. Don't pull for Varka. I'd rather you pull for Flints, and if you have to pull for any weapons, if you get Flint and his weapon, you're golden. If you get Varka's weapon, excuse me, you're also really good because this Claymore is insane. The weapon is better than the character. I don't know if I make myself clear enough, but attack speed, you don't need for the user to be a Hexrai member. You can play with 2 Hexrais on your team, and the full-fledged bonus does still active and activate and increase and whatnot. So you get 4 stacks of 7.5, which is 30%, and if you have 2 Hexarite characters, you get 30% crit damage, 30% elemental, the damage boost, excuse me. Crit rate at level 90 is 33.1, so it's like 100 plus crit value weapon, plus damage and whatnot. The weapon is nuts. The character is so trash, so bad. Oh my god! You can track him in the history, in the quest, in the Archon quest. Bruh, I was like, give me my Zibai. For God's sake, give me my Zibai and let me kill everything with Zibai. Talking about Zibai, after we're done with Barkas and Skirk, Escoffier's banners, next version we're getting Linnea, meaning that this fairy gets out of here, finally. And Linnea is gonna be really good. Like, really, really, really good. The more that I see about Linnea, the clearer I have that I'm gonna pull for her. Hands down, bar none, and if now the buy is dealing over 600 700k damage with a single E, with Linnea it's gonna be even more nuts. So yeah, Linnea is coming home 100%, and I don't know if I wanna pull for a Scoffier's weapon. That's the only incognite that I have. If I'm very very good Primogems wise, I might. I don't know where the pity count on the weapon is, but it should be close because you don't pull for weapons out of the blue. See, it's right out here. I don't even know what weapon is this, so who knows. So, guys, enough. This was Stygian Onslaught, Fearless and Dire. Fearless in 220 seconds, so Dire 340. So I hope you enjoyed it, hope you have fun, and see you all in the next one, ladies and gents. I've been KtK. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all the goody for the algos. And yeah, I'll see you all very soon in the next one, which is gonna be an Abyss. Yeah, Spiral Abyss. Fellas, bye bye, thank you, take care, see ya, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.